Здравствуйте, товарищи, and welcome back to another episode of our glorious Workers and Resources Soviet Republic Let's Play. Yet another wondrous day lies ahead of our beautiful nation as we continue to explore and make progress in this new millennium. Folks, there is a lot to accomplish today, so I will not bore you with a prolonged introduction. Just as always, I would like to mention that if you've been enjoying this series, if you would like to see it continue, please don't hesitate to keep letting me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. You very well know by now the number of likes and comments gives me a quick read on people's interest levels on the various series ongoing on the channel. And of course, I do read through each and every comment as well, so if you have any tips, suggestions, ideas, thoughts, opinions, feel free to share them down below. They will be read, they will be acted upon and responded to in some way, shape, or form. With all that said and done, folks, let's get this party started, shall we? The first order of business, actually, right off the bat, before it slips my mind, is in regards to one of, or actually, quite a few of said comments that I've read that have indicated that I've actually missed a key button that I didn't know existed, I guess, because I never had to use it in the past. And I suppose it would be this. Oh, would you look at that? Yeah, we can adjust. So I've there it is. So I've been familiar with these buttons for workplaces, right? Like you can adjust how many workers work at a certain office of a certain kind to control efficiencies or inefficiencies, or just control production rates and whatnot. You can change how many workers are required at any given office or workplace. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Workplace. I did not realize that when it comes to a construction site, these same buttons. This is also no. Yeah, this has already been built. So these very same buttons don't actually just modify the number of workers, but specifically the number of workers coming from outside of the construction offices. Specifically, you'll recall this was a bit of a point of confusion and a bit of an issue last session. And I was trying to figure it out, and again, thanks to the comments, I now have a solution. So we can actually up this to what maximum counts. Can it go even higher? Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Now we're talking. Okay, so let's go ahead and fix that. So now that we have these two trains coming through and people are allowed to come here from outside of construction offices, we should see a much more significant difference being made because of that passenger line that we've established here. Okay, that's good to see. I'm glad that there is a way to fix this. Again, this completely slipped my mind because I've never had to do this for a construction site, and I would assume that it relates to the entire number of workers, like workers on the construction site maximum, as opposed to maximum numbers of workers outside CO. So, I mean, now that I know, it's obvious, but at first glance, it's not obvious. It's definitely the very same icon works differently across work sites, whether it's a construction site or an office or a workplace that's been established. So something needs to be done about that, in, again, my humble opinion, from a UI UX perspective, for clarity. And again, that's just a bit of a constructive feedback, because again, pressing the minus here, I would expect these little people to go away, and I would expect this maximum to drop. I would not expect it to change this, but hey, you live and you learn, you move forward. I'm just, I think that it would be nice to have an indication of that, so it was immediately evident. Obviously, for some it is, but yeah, would have never assumed it. Anyway, on the topic of things being worked on, as this is Soviet Sunday, we will be talking a little bit about the progress that the developers are making in the latest developer diary they released this past Friday. And I am, oh my god, honestly, I don't, it's fantastic. They're up to some really cool stuff. There's a couple of bug fixes in particular that they're doing with regards to how station loading and unloading happens, with regards to trains not being able to sort of unload with the, let me see if I can find one of those, there we go, one of these trains available over here. Actually, you have just the one job, so why don't we find our other train? It'll just be a little bit easier, I think, to explain with some visual aids. I'm a very visual person myself, which is why I can be pretty particular about UI, UX stuff. It's also quite possible that it being a part of my prior career, I can be a little picky about UI, UX and how user interfaces communicate. So you'll have to excuse me when I go on a tangent like that. Where is our train over here that ships multiple goods? Somewhere over here. You know what? If I can't find it shortly, then I will just I will ignore it. How is this train just like completely avoiding my gaze? I'm sure I've got, you know what? Yeah, we've got a couple other trains over here that do the same thing. In fact, Zavotsk is probably a better example of this very thing with the plank deliveries and whatnot. You know what? Screw it. We'll just use a random train over here. My apologies for that. I don't want to drag this on longer than necessary, but basically they're changing the way the wait until loaded and the wait until unloaded, rather more specifically the wait until unloaded is working with regards to being able to individually wait until individual items are unloaded and not all items are unloaded or anything like that for a train that is carrying varied goods to multiple drop-off points. It will now communicate better with the actual drop-off destinations themselves with regards to what kind of stuff they're looking for and what kind of stuff the train is able to drop off at that destination. So it'll allow you to better manage how your trains and I guess trains are the only example. Trucks don't really have multiple carrying capabilities, so it would really impact how trains are delivering goods to various points. And that's not even the biggest thing, actually, with this latest blog post. I mean, I like that. It's great that they're updating and changing how some of these things are working, and hopefully we'll be able to take advantage of it ourselves. But the bigger thing that I'm really thrilled for is that they're finally adding an underground view. And that will impact pedestrian pedestrian walkways, pedestrian footpaths. There we go, words. It will impact footpaths. It'll impact oil pipes as well as other types of pipes, I assume, like thermal, like heating pipes and whatnot. It seems like it will also allow you to see tunnels. You'll be able to finally see, you know, cars and trains and all that stuff going through tunnels, which is great. I'm not entirely clear on if it will allow you to place tunnels with a bit more specificity. I'm not sure if it will allow us to make kind of curved roads underground like we can do on surface. And as you know, 2 episodes ago we talked about how the highways will now have, like, or rather bridges, I should say, will now have a way to build them in a curved fashion. I don't know if they're applying the same thing for tunnels and other, you know, underground construction as far as roads and trains or tracks are concerned. However, as far as pipes are concerned, you can actually go to this underground layer and lay out your pipes so that you can build over top of them. So, you know, for example, over here, we wouldn't have these messes. We wouldn't have to worry about the tracks and things like that. We would have been able to put everything underground, establish all of these pipeline connections underground, only having to pop out to connect to the actual surface level connection points on buildings, and then over top of that we would have been able to build. They're also working on changing how terraforming works above that underground layer. One curiosity is that you have to lay down the pipes first, which I guess makes sense. Anytime they have to adjust pipes in the city, you kind of have to rip up everything that's above the pipes, typically. I mean, it depends on how it's been built, I suppose. But that's one of the caveats, I suppose, is that you will have to lay out your pipe work first, and only then will you be able to establish stuff over top of it. At least that's my understanding of the dev diary. Lots of big changes. Those are an underground view is literally adding another layer to the game. So huge stuff inbound. I'm really excited for this next update. There's some really big stuff, from helicopters to curved bridges to underground views to new terraforming to new ways of looking at electrical throughput. It's going to be huge. Anyway, sorry. Recapping the dev diary aside, now y'all let me know if these recaps are getting a little too long, because they've been asked for, but of course there's room for improving how we talk about these dev diaries and updates and stuff as well. So let me know what you think down below in the comments. Now, with all that set aside, let's actually get into managing our nation over here and thinking about the present, not just the future, whenever this update releases. We've got a decent population right now, 60 points. That's dropped, hasn't it? If we take a look at this year as a whole, it is September. It seems to be, I don't know if it's dropped or if it's just kind of stagnant. Last year we got up to 60K, yeah. And this year we've like kind of been dancing around it, because I remember reading, I'm pretty sure we had 60.5 at some point, but it's just, I wish this graph would zoom in a bit more, because we don't need to see 0 or 3,000. My required range is, you know, in the 60s. Now hang on a second, how did I... Oh, it defaults to population. Because the other thing is, like, we can't lock these graphs, right? Alright, so we've got... Yeah, pretty sure we've... Yeah, we were definitely fluctuating a little bit, so fair enough. It's not too bad, though. It's not terrible. Unemployment is on the rise again, but that'll soon be solved with the construction office adjustment we made right at the beginning, so that's good. That's good. Other than that, our escapes for this year. It kind of started climbing up. I feel like it'll all be okay as soon as everything up over here is more properly established. We do have, you know, food and clothes and electronics now coming through over here, so hopefully these people will be a lot happier, and with more jobs available down over here, I'm hoping things will come together. 21, man, these 21 pluses though, it's absolutely wild. They just keep coming. I guess a big part of it though, to be fair, is these buildings aren't really full, but you can see how quickly they're filling up without any intervention. Like we're already, you know, almost a third of the way there, give or take. Well, okay, that's maybe a little generous. We're like a fifth of the way there is a bit more fair, which is still significant. That's not insignificant. I wonder if it's time to start moving some 21 pluses over. You know what? It might actually be. Let's go ahead and bring some 21 pluses over. Let's start down over here at Brixtonia. Folks wanting to move on to the big city. From how about up top over here, or rather, if we do it from a central location, there's also a lot of unemployment here, isn't there? So why don't we do this? Why don't we look for? I guess that would be here. Worker was unemployed yesterday. There's a fair bit of unemployment in the area. We need to provide some more jobs to Brixtonia as well, but it's just like, well, what jobs? What jobs can we provide? And we established like a couple of things up over here, but that's not really that that's not that much work. But okay, over here, let's go ahead and there's not a lot of 21 pluses over here. Let's move, because what happens is, like, when we empty a building, 21 pluses from nearby buildings will move to the emptied building. I say empty, I mean, you know, I mean partially emptied, obviously. Let's start over here. Go ahead and bring. Sure. A bunch of room there. Let's go ahead and scoop up a bunch of people from over here as well. And again, hopefully moving them down over here will provide them with job opportunities and whatnot. These guys are able to walk directly over to the bus stop, eh? That's actually not ideal if they're not able to get to the train station. 385. We got to figure out. We can get like footpath connections over here or something. We'll sort that out in a bit. We'll sort that out in a bit. Let's actually hit play so that I kind of wanted to use. Let's hit play. Let's let time move forward. We'll get nighttime again to stop the raves at Brixtonia. So yeah, let's go ahead and hit play and let some of the construction stuff continue. Don't want to stagnate too much. We're good over here. Man, there's a tremendous amount of unemployment. We got to figure Brixtonia out a little bit. Unemployment's not the end of the world, I suppose. We can treat Brixtonia as a bit of a vacation spot, I suppose, where people go to just kind of chill. Oh, empty that entire place out. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. New people will move in. New folks will move in. We're good over here. Up over here. Let's empty this out a little bit. I'm gonna have to sort the stuff out a little bit better. Oops, not over here. Down over here is what I meant. Yeah. Now let's see if we can't really quickly here. Should have checked these numbers first. You can see it's dropping as people move up in Brixtonia, but there are more problem points for sure. There are more problem areas for sure. And yes, we can. Okay, great. So can we please hook you up over here, hook you up over here, hook you up over here. Having built that, these guys should now be able to reach the train station. Yes, excellent. Because again, these guys will go over, walk down, walk over. So I don't really want them coming over here. I don't want to tell them to go here, but I guess I could tell workers to not come here at all. Right? If I do that, then by default, they will go to any other workplaces available, as well as this train station. But passengers will come here, and we can take passengers elsewhere. We might switch this back on later on when we want to use this as a bus stop to take people to other work areas. But for now, let's work with this. And down over here now, we should be seeing. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Unemployment will hopefully drop significantly now that we have this operating as it's supposed to. Obviously, we are waiting on some resources here and there, but that's not the end of the world. Those will be delivered. You can see steel coming through right now, and these guys, yeah, this is good. This is good. Finally, we're going to be providing employment properly. And all these guys kind of waiting for resources to arrive, but what are you going to do about that? One thing I want to do, actually, though, is see if our rail construction offices specifically, are able to get back to work over here. It's a bit of a risk. They might start blocking our trains a little bit. Missing, oh, I see. Missing gravel. No one's bringing you gravel, eh? Okay. We just buy some, honestly. Let's go ahead and purchase some. We have the money. Go ahead and start paying for gravel. Even though we don't like produce gravel extremely. Okay, you know what? So I shouldn't have to pay for something that's so nearby. Is nothing bringing you gravel? Petrograd Medium Distribution Office. That's for fuel. Got some open hull prefab panels. Got dumpers that are supposed to be bringing gravel. Oh, I see. Go ahead and start you then. There, that'll solve the problem. I remember tucking these guys away because they were momentarily useless. Delivering stuff to a rail construction office that was already topped up. We could use some prefab panels again, so why don't we go ahead and start you too. God, that was such a long time ago now. Alright, cool. Why are you stuck over here? Assume it's because... Now, hang on, why are you stuck over here? Oh, because that guy's going through this section right now, I assume. You've got your red light. Yeah, this might get a little, I don't know, why are you waiting over here? So, not enough workers, or... We'll keep an eye out for it. We've got one train en route, though, so that's good. Again, this might get a little messy, so we want to keep an eye out. We definitely want to keep an eye out, because this area is going to get pretty congested with these construction vehicles coming through. We just want to make sure that it's not too problematic. Really quickly now, the 21 plus number has gone down significantly already. That's great. Unemployment is dipping hard. That's fantastic. Let's go back to moving... Again, why am I looking at employment specifically? Because I feel like... Why am I looking at employment specifically? I feel like that's just another problem to solve, and we can kind of do two birds with one stone by moving the unemployed over rather than just 21 pluses. Though, again, they'll just be replaced by other unemployed people. So, is it really making a difference? I need to provide jobs at Brixtonia, is the fact of the matter. I have to, at one point, get to it. Maybe that's the better thing to focus on. Brixtonia was an interesting experiment, and I've enjoyed it, and I continue to enjoy it. But I definitely need to figure out more of how to develop it, I suppose. Let's go ahead and empty this place up a little bit as well, and then we'll move to Uprisinggrad as our next focus in terms of where to scoop people up from. Yeah, there we go. Sure. Hopefully these guys won't stay unemployed because they will be going to this train station to get picked up by trains, which is what seems to be happening here. Yeah, that seems all right. That seems all right. But let's go ahead and pick up some unemployed people from where? Now, folks over here are getting scooped up. Unemployment over here is actually pretty good. I'm going to be honest. This is actually not bad at all. Unemployment here, we have a couple of hot spots of unemployment. Not the end of the world. It's not terrible, actually, surprisingly. Not too shabby. But we could maybe scoop up some people up over here. I'm sure there's some 21 pluses. Yeah, lots of them. So we relocate a bunch of you down over here. These guys are getting filled up, eh? Wild. Down over here, too. Drop some more off. What are we looking at? These guys, I'm sure, are able to reach the train station. Yes. Kind of just barely, I suppose. That works. We're going to have to get buses picking people up over there and dropping them off over here. You know, we gotta figure that out. Not the end of the world, obviously. It's just something we have to do. Just on the to-do list. What about 21 pluses? I wish... Okay. A lot. Wow. Quite a few, actually. Unemployment, not so bad, though. But there's we got multiple problems going on, right? There we go. Empty the space out a little bit. Again, this place will fill out, and it'll empty some of these other 21 plus condensed areas out. Now, do you have access to the train station? You do. Okay, excellent. We're reaching the limits of it, though. Scoop all of you over. Stuff. Scoop folks over to here as well. Again, we'll see the spread happen right now. You guys are able to not reach the train station. Okay, so that's where we start needing the buses to work over here. Unless we could try this. Can we? Oh, yes we can. All right, beautiful. Let's go ahead and get the... I wish it would look a little bit neater. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Build that. And you... Whoops. Okay, the autofill's not on. Can you reach now? You can indeed. Wonderful. Hey, hang on. Is that the right... You can reach, yes. And you can reach. Okay, good, good, good. You guys are full already, eh? 368. It's no joke. That's no joke. 21 pluses has dropped significantly, though, so that's a... Look at that. Look at that sudden drop there. That's good. That should help, but... Yeah, we're seeing some... I see some, like, immediate congestion over here. Like, obviously, these buildings still have spots available, but the reality of the matter is that as you know, these areas get fuller and fuller, I wanted to have some space for people to move to. I don't know how long that's going to last. Let's stick with moving 21 pluses. These guys have already filled up. Yeah, they have. Barely made a dent. Let's scooch a bunch of you over. Fill this one up now. Okay, that was fast. Yikes. Alright, we gotta get those buses running. That's just how it is. Not a problem. Not a problem. Bunch of you over here. How quickly it fills right back up, eh? Let's put a bunch over here as well. Again, people will relocate. This building will get filled right up. Keep relocating. Good stuff. Good stuff, good stuff. Hopefully we can see the 21 pluses dropping. Yeah, you can see these guys all kind of moving down over here. Move a few more over. God. Okay, you're also full now. Okay, time to get some bus stops going. I'm trying to figure out how exactly I want this to work. I figure it would start over here and just drop people off over here. We could build a circuit from here to here to here and like keep that loop going. But is there really any reason to make that loop? I don't think so. I don't think so. I need more vehicle depots as well, just to make it a bit easier to... Make it a bit faster, rather, to assign some bus stops off in the distance like this, I think. But for now, let's use what we have. Let's make do with what we have. And get some more IKR 280s. Let's go with, I would say... 3 is probably a decent number to start with. And you know what? Why don't we try this? Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and buy some more. Let's go with 4, and let's make this circuit because I think it'd be pretty cool. So set line, no, we have to make a new line. We're gonna go ahead and start here. You're gonna pick up workers. You're gonna go here. You're gonna unload workers of all kinds. You're gonna go here when it's done, and you're gonna pick up workers. And hopefully the idea is that eventually we get so much movement going on that workers will be picked up from here and dropped off over here. So will workers ever... I don't know. This seems a little wasteful, I'll be honest. We'll find out, I suppose. Alright, let's go ahead and start you. And let's go ahead and copy that schedule over. Start these guys, let's go. Yeah, that should help with employment up in this area. I should hope. I should hope. All right, let's pause for a quick second over here as the sun is setting, and I want to make sure that we are able to fix the power situation over here a little bit more. I've received some feedback with regards to what seems to be causing the issue, that the issue might actually be further upstream, as it were, like the issue might actually be all the way up over here. I don't know. We're producing 1,400 megawatt hours of power per day when we're working at full capacity. Let's assume at most we're working at half capacity. I don't think we are consuming all of that power, especially times 2, right? We have 2 power plants over here. I think it's just an inefficiency of distribution down the line, or at least that's what I'm hoping. If I had to have a problem, I guess I prefer it be that problem. So right now, the way we've kind of like solved it for now is by establishing another substation over here. We've got a substation over here. I believe what we're going to want to do is establish another substation like up over here, because we've got this one that's overwhelmed right now, ever so slightly, and the issue seems to largely continue over here. So what I'm hoping we can do is we've got this over here. Yeah, this is really a bit of a mess of wires, isn't it? We've got you over here. What I think I would like to do is, first of all, upgrade this footpath over here. Like, come on now. Come on now. And then let's go ahead and get ourselves modded switch. Conveniently placed. Over here, I suppose, right? So let's go ahead and for you, switch down over here. Go ahead and get our medium connection. There we go. Connected over here like so. Great. Gonna pull you out to, I say, about here, right? And what we'll do is we'll pull this over. I make like this is where all the wiring goes. Pull this over. This thing is already connected, is it? Yes, it is. From over here. I see what's going on. What if we adjust this a bit? Because I quite like this, but what if we do this kind of a thing where this one now connects here instead. This one goes on a little bit further. The reason why I've got this paused right now, by the way, is just for the lighting. I want to make sure I'm able to read what I'm doing over here a little bit more conveniently than we were seeing last session, and then we'll go back to regular speed right away. Maybe even double speed after I get a little bit more, some more stuff organized. Okay, so you'll continue on upwards. So now here's the thing. I want to try and get some of the pressure off of this guy up over here. Am I able to... Where's my power substation? Like pop this down like over here perhaps? Covers a lot of the similar stuff. That's not a bad idea. Take some load off of this one as well. I'm hoping that helps by enough. And I'm hoping that that does the trick. Pop you down over here. And let's go for... Actually, as I'm putting down these lines, reminds me of another conversation that we kind of threw out there last session with regards to nuclear power and renewable energy as an option. Now, some of you have mentioned that there are some mods out there that make a decent job of... or rather that do a decent job of making realistic limitations to renewable energy sources. That's definitely going to be a key aspect of my modding at any point in time. I try to keep it as reasonable as possible. I try to make sure that we don't see unreasonable benefits in using those mods, so definitely top of mind for me. Beyond that as well, though, there was some talk of other mods. I'm kind of like segueing over here. Other mods, specifically with regards to more kind of like modern equipment in general. And I feel like it would be rather cool to use our nuclear city, which is right around the corner at this point. Honestly, we might... It is very much right around the corner at this point. But use our nuclear city as the center point of a lot of modern technologies. There are some like bullet train mods out there. There are some... there's a lot of mods out there that are a bit more on the modern side, a bit more on the, you know, the fitting of this millennium. So maybe that's what we start kind of like doing more of with the expansion we're planning up over there. Let me know what you think about that. I think that'd be pretty cool. That's where it all kind of like begins. And obviously we'll retrofit and retroactively upgrade some of our older parts of the nation, but I feel like that'd be a nice kind of like way to separate the nuclear city. There have been calls for even taller skyscrapers as well. Let me know what you think about that. I figured these are about as tall as they get, but I suppose they do get much taller. As long as the mods don't look, you know, out of place. That's another key element. So a lot to think about. I would love to hear your opinions on that. And it does look like we have stopped the raves of Brixtonia. The unsolicited, the illegal raving in Brixtonia has been stopped. Are there nightclubs? There's got to be nightclubs in the mods, right? I should take a look at them. I should look out for that, because I mean, like, yeah, let's get some parties going for real though. Raving jokes aside, yeah, I should do another deep dive into the mods. If you have any recommendations of your own, feel free to drop them in the comments or in the Discord as well. The link again is in the description down below, and I do have my own mod list linked in the Discord as well, which I will continue to add to as I explore more things. Very glad to see this is sorted. Yeah, so it looks like the problem was not all the way up over here. We are producing enough power. The problem was with the throughput over here at the Studentsky power transformer, where it was kind of like, it was getting more power than it was actually able to distribute, so we had to create another distribution point, which is this Studentsky switch. So that seems to be working quite well for us, and I'm definitely glad to see that. No more flickering at all. Yeah, no flickering anywhere over here. We have a little bit over here. I want to provide a bit more power over here. Not the end of the world right now. Otherwise, looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. And up over here as well, I think we're looking pretty good for a while. So, good stuff. That's been taken care of. Bricks, by the way, on topic of taking care of things, this is not a... You're not carrying bricks. Where are our ships with bricks? We'll keep an eye out for them, but I want to make sure... Oh, hello. I want to make sure we're actually moving these things around. What are you waiting for? More bricks? I see, okay. You go to St. Partia, drop off what you can, and then you go beyond the borders. Okay, sure. We'll keep an eye out on that ship to make sure it's doing what it needs to be doing. Back down over here, though, let's see what's going on. Looks like we're okay. I mean, yeah, we're causing some backups over here. No surprises there. Where are our passenger trains? Hang on a second. Oh, these are our passenger trains. Oof, yikes. Okay, this is potentially problematic. I gotta sort this thing out. This is a long wait that doesn't necessarily need to happen. This was pointed out in the comments as well. It's like, is there a way to like make this wait a little bit shorter? And I think it is. I think what we could do is we could put down chains over here. Going that way. This train has been released. You know, this isn't terrible, actually. Like, if you've ever been on public transit, or maybe this is just my personal experience living in Toronto, but if you've been on public transit, then you understand that, or if you've been on transit in general, these kinds of delays are a thing, right? When there's construction on the tracks, your train will stop for a while before it starts moving. And again, it's temporary, right? So it's very realistic, which is why I'm okay with it, actually. So that's not too bad. But we can definitely improve our rates over here by putting down, I think if we put down a chain over here, because you're heading into a junction, right? That'll free this guy up. As soon as this guy gets through this crossing, it'll free this set of semaphores up. So let's do that, and then over here, flip you this way, right? And then over here as well, I don't know if we really need to, but we could move this further up if we wanted to. I don't know if we need to. I guess it's nice to have things match a little bit. You know what? Let's keep it as is. We might even remove this later because again, the length of the trains plays a big role here as well. But we'll see if that does enough of the trick over here and keeps these things moving a bit more fluidly. I think it should, and I think that should allow us to keep constructing these tracks with our construction office. Now, this construction office has a long way to go back and forth, which is more concerning than anything else, really. So I wonder if this construction office should get started as well. It is carrying quite a bit. It's not getting any workers, though, is the thing. We intentionally set that up. What would it do? It would come over here, and it would build... Well, no, it would kind of keep going through. I guess it would maybe build this line over here. Not a terrible idea. But maybe a little prematurely. I'm a little concerned about this section. I've received some comments with regards to things that will need adjusting over here. We'll get there soon. As soon as this needs to be built, I might even just pay for this just to kind of like just get it done. And I might even pay for all the tracks over here just to get it all done as soon as some of this construction is done, right? We're all good over here. Let's go ahead and double speed it. I think we're good to double speed it right now. Let me make sure. Oh, here we go. This cargo station is done. So you know what? Before we do double speed it, let's adjust our distribution office up over here. Buddy is currently unloading at the warehouse directly and at the meat storage directly. We do not want that to be the case. Where are we here? This is St. Elitesburg warehouse number 2. And I assume meat storage number 2, indeed. We'll get rid of you and you. And instead, over here, unload food, clothes, meat, electronics. Yeah, that should be everything. Alright, cool. I want to get a pub or something over here as well, just to... posterity, just to... again, our citizens don't really drink all that much, so it's not the end of the world. Now, over here, I do want to add you as well as a place from which to load. I mean, everything, I guess. But clothes, electronics, meat, food, because why not be specific? Just keeps things a bit cleaner, I think. So yeah, that should work out. I guess these are the last couple of trucks coming through for the last couple of deliveries over here. Though, I believe... Check something over here. We have way too many clothes here, right? We gotta dump a couple of these. Make some room for more food. It is rather wasteful. There is room for food now, but I would like to have even more food come through. Now these jams are starting to get a little bit worse, aren't they? That's largely because of this cargo station moving a bit slower than I had anticipated. This guy... Oh, these guys are all trying to get out of here now. Oh, okay. So there's a couple things we could try and do. The first order of business would be to try and establish a second road over here. Bit of a bypass of sorts. I don't know if vehicles will separate themselves, like if they will understand what needs to be done over here. But we could at least tell our buses using waypoints to go on this second road. And just alleviate some of the stress over here, I think. Can I smooth this terrain a little bit? Potentially. Put down some more trees up over here afterwards. Let's see if that made any difference whatsoever. Not particularly. If I pop you down to here, you're not auto-building. We'll do that afterwards. I can then pull you over to here. How bad is this? Oh, you know, it's not that pretty. Not that great. I could be a little, you know, open-minded about ugly roads at times, but that was hideous. Go ahead and flatten this. There we go. That'll hopefully help, and then we can kind of smooth the end over here. Yeah, I think that should do the trick. Let's see. Fine, right up until the end, eh? How bad would that be? Not too terrible. I just can't flatten because it's like right at the infrastructure. I have to remove this and redo it. Also not a problem. This kind of a thing. Go ahead and smooth a bit more. Because of course we want to make sure we can line up to that as well. Let's see if that works. Let's go with the mud roads first over here. So pull you straight down, pull you across. Or like that. And from over here. Yes, excellent. Do that. Go ahead and auto build all of these upgrades. Yeah, we can keep this like this if we decide to develop further down this way. Sure, why not? Auto build these upgrades. And then, well, I guess these have to build first. What I got to figure out is which of these paths is going to be less used, and on that less used path, I got to put the waypoints for our buses. The game desperately needs, I would say, bus lanes. Unless somewhere out there is a way to make bus lanes, and if there is, then please let me know. The game needs bus lanes, because again, I can't say this is a bus-only road and then ensure that buses will use this, or I can't say that this is not for buses, and so buses will be forced to use this path, you know what I mean? But I'm hoping that by pulling some stress off of this intersection, then and this intersection up over here, we should be seeing some more fluid movement. All right, let's see where this bus goes. I need to basically see where the next handful of vehicles go, and if this stays underutilized, or if it's just because sort of vehicles have already been given the paths that they're supposed to be going. Looks like this is the non-ideal path. Well, unfortunately, our buses have to use it because they're the only ones we can actually directly control. You are driving on the wrong side of the road. And it doesn't help when these construction vehicles slow traffic down tremendously. Never helpful. Alright, so this bus line over here, view line detail. We got a lot of buses using it. So let's go ahead and St. Eliseburg South Center bus station. That's this one, right? I assume. Yep, that is this one. So what we need to do is we need to go ahead and establish waypoints. Just the one right in the middle over here, I think will do the trick. So that over here, we can say after that, you need to come over here. You go up, South. Oh yeah, I guess it's all kind of one way, so that should do the trick. Back up here, right? I don't know if that's enough of a bypass, really. Might be. We're about to find out, I suppose. And we're all clear up over here. Yeah, we don't have really traffic troubles up over here, so that's good. Alright, let's resume. These buses, they're doing a decent job of moving workers over. Yeah. And dropping them off over here, so they move to the station over here. And these trains come and scoop them up. What are we looking at over here? The 21 plus number is looking fantastic. Unemployment is looking great. Yeah, things are looking pretty good. You are waiting for this guy to pass through. You know what's going to happen, though? It's going to stay stuck there because there are no signals over here. Let me see if I'm comfortable with this. Let me see if I'm comfortable with this. Like, how long will you keep this stuck? What I could do is this. Free him up over there, but he still won't be able to come in until this crosses out and over, basically. Which won't be until this section is done. Okay, I wonder if... There we go. That'll do the trick. Now, this is a bit of a problem. You guys are both arriving at the same time. They move at the same speed, so we have to offset them again. Oh, looks like they are naturally offsetting. And as they kind of get stuck over here going through, hopefully, we'll get some distance between them. Great, fantastic. That actually worked out quite nicely, quite naturally. Beautiful, beautiful. No troubles over here. Picking up a bunch of people. Oh, we have so many workers waiting to be picked up over here. It immediately fills right back up, doesn't it? We could even flip you back really quickly. Add a bit more of distance between these two trains. Flip you back again. You're not picking people up, are you? Fair enough. Not the end of the world. I think I've got enough of a gap over here, though, now. Yeah. You've arrived. You're departing. That is good. That works. And we might even need a third train on this, actually, seeing how many workers there are up over here. I do wonder what else I might want to establish down over here. Again, these same workers will be brought down to Petrograd as well. Do not forget. But, like, what else do we want to establish up over here, right? 150 workers. Like, we're never going to need thousands upon thousands of workers for the industries that are ongoing over here. So we need to find some more places to employ some of these people. That's something I feel like we need as well, is just like more places to get employed, more work to do, more jobs that need doing. All right, back to distributing some 21 plus year olds. Wow, that's a sentence. We got quite a few of you, don't we? Quite a few. What if we scoop up a bunch from over here, let's say? Drop them off over here. Well, that's full. Drop them off over here. Again, trying to make room for others to move within this region. Is the hope. Well, that's done. Scoop a bunch of people from there. Let's go ahead and scoop a bunch of people from over here, actually. Relocate up to here. Man, these buildings are filling up fast. I basically need to start more construction sites right now. Keep up. And that's not a terrible idea. Not a terrible idea. Let's actually increase all of your worker counts as well. So cool seeing planes fly by still. Do that. Go ahead and do the same over here. Now, it's also been recommended that I maybe establish some more construction offices. It's probably not a bad idea. Got this one over here. I could establish another one right next to it, basically. I feel like we're building at a decent rate right now, but having a few more is not a bad idea, especially as we expand further and further out in this general direction. How are we looking down over here, though? Do we have all the resources we need? Missing steel. We're at a bit of an impasse over here. I forget the shortcut for sending this guy home. That's fine. That's an interesting... He was trying to get back. He was stuck, and those guys were stuck as well. I'll have to reassess that the next time the opportunity comes up. I will have to reassess that. Let's go ahead and flip you around real quick. Again, I'm trying to create that gap. Do we have more steel coming through, is the question. We got vehicles. We got bricks. We got prefab panels. More bricks. I mean, there's a variety of resources we need, so I guess I should just be glad that everything's slowly making its way over. Yeah, we do have some steel coming over. Okay, good. Good stuff. Pull you over here, buddy. All done, all done. Cool. Doing okay? Yeah, we're still doing okay. Fantastic. Alright, let me just check real quick over here on the whole tourism situation. The feeling maybe a little neglected lately. No staff over here. Why is that? How does that make any sense? Why are we struggling with keeping this place staffed up? People are starving. They're not able to... What is going on here? What is going on here? This bus stop. We have 2 IKR 280s. Guess we just don't have enough workers. I mean, what we could do... I don't know if this would work. Coming from Brixtonia. From Brixtonia, we are able to bring people all the way to this university. I wonder if we're able to actually bring people from Brixtonia up over here. It would provide some jobs. It's probably not a terrible idea, actually. It's a long drive. But yeah, living in the small town, working in the big city, that kind of, you know, working in the capital, that kind of thing is got a vibe to it. Sure, you know what? Why not? Why not? Let's go ahead and get a couple of you. Go ahead and get you going from where? From, we've got a couple of stops, right? We've got the stop over here. Load up on workers of all kinds. You go, where are we? Here. You go over here, pick up some more workers. Right, that should give us a good spread. And you go ahead and drive all the way down across the bridge over to this bus stop. You unload all the workers. Sure. Probably got schedule over. We start as well. I don't know if 2 is going to be enough. We'll find out. We'll find out. That should be nice. Because again, tourism, yeah, not doing too hot. And I'm guessing a large part of this dip is because of all the tourists that are not getting service up over here. And I don't blame them. Western tourists, meanwhile, are having a better time right now. They're getting everything they need everywhere they go. Apart from spirituality, I suppose. They'll be fine. We should maybe dump some of this alcohol so there's more room for... Oh, what a shame. What a shame, what a shame. Every click hurts. That leaves some more room for food, is my primary consideration up there. Yeah, we're doing okay as far as Western tourists are concerned. If we take a look at our economy, this year as a whole, making some good money off tourism. Making some real good money off tourism. That's not bad. Alright. Shall we perhaps consider resuming this construction? Because it'll again provide some much needed sports. It'll also provide some employment. Go ahead and increase this number. People who are living here who are not currently employed will be able to just kind of scooch up and get to work up over here. I think that's reasonable. Lots of construction offices working on it. Lvotsk and Zodcha. Good stuff. Look at that, filling right up. Max it out, why not? Unemployment skyrocketed again. I assume it's because of the jamming we were seeing. Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and spend our... Oh, you're actually headed back? Okay, see, this is a problem. I need this train to be able to go back. Because I can't cancel its construction. I can't remember the shortcut either. Go ahead and suspend your construction. This is clearly too messy. We're going to have to pay for this stuff. And that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, see, I'd rather see this stuff get built. I was hoping for that. See that stuff get built. You're coming through over here to build what? Why are you here, actually? Work on this as well. All right, fair enough. How problematic that'll be. Fuel. Removing, yeah, you're good. Picking people up, yeah, you're good. That's why our unemployment skyrocketed. See, this is the problem, is like this getting jammed over here. Once this clears... No, because it's looking at the semaphores? No, okay, cool. Once it clears, all these guys will loosen up. Good stuff, good stuff. Alright, fantastic. We made a lot of progress down over here, actually. Done quite well. This thing's almost done as well. Great. Buddy here is waiting, and you're causing a backup. Alright. Almost done, though. Almost done. Yeah, it's kind of like, how would we... We need to have another side. It's a little messy. I'm sure I'm getting it wrong, obviously, but it's a little messy for sure. Almost done up there. Almost done down here. A few more resources required for both of these constructions, so that's okay. And up top over here, where is our... Have we emptied out some bricks over here? Are you still waiting to load? No. No, you're fine. That was a different ship. All right, cool. That's good. That's good. Yeah, we're like not getting any staff over here. Where are our Brixtonia worker buses? And are we actually solving unemployment here as well is the other question, right? Like, is it actually helping? You one of them? Yeah. 97 workers. Will they make it? Is something we should check. Something we should make sure is actually helping here. They've been on the vehicle for almost 2 hours now. They're willing to stay for 5 hours. That is a long commute. It would have to be a dream job for me to commute 5 hours. 4 hours, rather. Well, I guess you include the time you're waiting. So 5 hours. That would have to be more than a dream job. I don't think even a dream job would allow me to commute 5 hours in one direction every day. You kidding me? Alright, looks like all 97 workers, however, have made it here. So that's good. So yeah, alright, cool, cool. Folks coming through from Brixtonia, getting employment up over here. That's, I like it. I like the feel of that. Unemployment has dropped significantly again, particularly this year as a whole. Feels like constant movement. The 21 plus number is looking fantastic. That's good. We can, of course, bring more over as some of these buildings get built. Bus stop looking like over here. Within reach. We're actually moving workers at a decent rate with those, what, 4 buses? That's not bad, actually. That's not bad at all. Trouble is getting them elsewhere afterwards. But that's pretty good. So what that means is... Well, actually, hang on a second. 4 workers without a job. A lot of these guys are employed at this construction site, obviously. Not bad. But let's go ahead and add some more into the mix. Let's go ahead and get some 21 pluses. We can almost stop this mess. Oh my god, look at these cars, man. Have we allowed too many cars to take over the streets? What's the deal down over here? Looks like we've cleared this up fairly well. Seems to be the case, at least, with the buses now using this this section. But yeah, the cars, wow. Y'all weren't kidding about cars being a risky proposition. Go ahead and you just kind of like empty the space out a little bit. Relocate over here. Okay, good stuff. Hopefully we'll see a bit of emptying going on. We look at a bunch of you up over here as well. Okay. This should balance this area out nicely, I think. 21 pluses, not the biggest issue up over here, which is good to see. 76 up over here. Let's go ahead and relocate. Again, empty this place out a little bit so people are able to move into here. Okay. About halfway full in that second building. These guys will now spread around. You can see the 21 plus numbers dropping. I don't know if it made enough of a difference, but Certainly made a difference. Scoop some up from over here as well. Drop them off over here. How full are you? Oh man, almost topped up. Yikes. Yikes. Okay. Employment's looking alright. Kind of like skyrocketed again. Looking at trouble down over here. There we are. Yeah, we're okay. Guys, almost done. Not too shabby. Yep, topped up on workers up over here. Alright, we're doing okay. Doing okay, doing okay. It is wild to see these massive, like, oh my god, look at that. The side of a step pyramid. What all time? Oh my god. It's the lowest it's been in quite some time, actually. Stuff. Population will hopefully start to steadily increase as well now with, you know, kids and adults being able to, well, make more kids, I suppose is one way to put it. This, though, this is... Holy... Okay, what is going on here? Folks from here are all going up to this main road. That's what's going on here. Where else could they go? I could connect the roads back over here. That would allow a lot of the weight to be pulled off of up there. Might be the right call. We might see some more cars moving down over here, right? This is a largely empty road. You know, it's pretty neat to have some traffic issues. It's something that this game doesn't necessarily have a lot of. I wonder what the best, because we want to make sure we retain some of these connections, right? If we go ahead and do this, and we can, right? And the footpath connections will return here as well. Okay, good. So auto build these upgrades. Get our road auto build upgrade as well. All right. Doesn't too drastically change the fabric of this area, and you can see already our first. There we go. That's looking a lot better. Petrolgrad wood cutting post is on fire. I sure hope the fire station over here has, yep, firefighters as well as trucks, so that's good. Where were we? We were up over... Man, our nation has grown absolutely ridiculously massive. Look at the 21 pluses over here as well. Is it over here? Yeah, we're starting to see cars take this alternative route instead now. That's good. That should speed this up. Obviously, we have a bit of a jam right now, but that's because it's the pre-existing jam, but you can already see movement down over here, and hopefully it will spread beyond just oh, I hope it doesn't just like transfer from up over here to down over here. What we might need to do is give buses yet again waypoints to pick different routes. Oh man, all right. Down over here, looks like we've got some traffic issues still, and it is because of the number of cars, I think, just blocking everything up. Now again, these buses will, yeah, use this, but our distribution offices and all that, we cannot tell the distribution offices to use this lane specifically. Wonder... I wonder if our if we build a road up over here from this distribution hub and connect it, you know, like out over here, will those distribution offices instead come up from up over here and stop blocking this area off, you know? Because we're definitely seeing some serious congestion. Even with our buses using that that bypass, it's really not enough. All a little backed up. And I think it's yeah, it's got to be because of the cars. Every once in a while we get a construction vehicle that's you know, a little too slow for the roads and slowing everything down, but I think primarily it's because of these cars over here not able to keep the roads clear. I mean, well, I don't even know if it's the cars or if it's just these intersections, if we have too many. Like this is a hot mess of intersections, right? We got like 2-3 major major left turns, or, you know, the direction of the turn doesn't matter. But we got 3 major points of cars, trucks, whatever, buses needing to get off of this main road, or onto from those intersections, and every time that needs to happen, it slows things down. Huh. Ironically, all this talk of intersections, it seems we've reached a bit of a crossroads as far as our road planning is concerned. We need to be more wary of this kind of situation. It wasn't a problem previously, but now that the amount of traffic literally has, you know, quadrupled, quintupled. How do you, well, what's like 10 times, right? Like, the amount of traffic has skyrocketed. Now we have to start paying a bit more attention to some of this stuff, which is cool. I like that. I've traffic flow management and stuff is some really interesting stuff, so I'm glad some of it's starting to come up. I just fear that we won't be able to retroactively improve our circumstances. You know, like this intersection over here as well is problematic. You can see how it's slowing everything down over here. Yeah, an interesting crossroads for sure. Folks, this is, however, where we're going to be calling it a session today. Looks like we are doing quite well with regards to moving tourists, or rather moving workers up to this tourist area now. Hopefully that'll be consistent, and it'll stay that way. Looks like our population is finally growing out of that 60K rut it's been stuck in for quite some time, and looks like the 21 pluses are again going up again, but at least we now have some spots to shift them over to. What I might want to do is actually establish again an expansion over here immediately. Just keep people employed working at these construction sites, and also ensure that there's places for people to move into. We'll also want to establish some more places for people to enjoy sports and things like that, and theater and just culture in general. And hopefully we'll keep this and this and this all in check. I feel like we did a pretty good job today's session overall, and we've made some good progress down over here as well. Now, I did have something planned for next session as we kind of reach a bit of a milestone. Wasn't going to be a tour. We've talked about this previously. But I'm going to see if I could still pull that off for next session. I didn't realize how close we were to the milestone. It's all, you know, it's like a blink and you miss it kind of a situation. We've been playing this game intensely for so long. So I'm going to try and do what I'd originally planned and I'd originally mentioned and kind of teased. But I wanted to touch on how it may or may not happen next time, only because I was really hoping it would land on a Soviet Sunday. So maybe maybe we'll do the next episode what I had planned, because it'll be. I'm excited to do it. To do it right, it'll take some extra time. Anyway, I'm talking about something that like doesn't exist right now. So I apologize for that last ramble, but it would not be an episode of anything that I do if it wasn't for a couple of rambles, right, folks? I hope you enjoyed this session. If you did, you know what to do. Let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. As always, it makes a massive difference in how I approach content on the channel. It changes the very fabric of our series and how we do things. Let me know your thoughts about the nuclear city and the inclusion of more modern mods and things like that. You know, if you have any suggestions, leave them down below, or again in the Discord, again linked in the description down below too. And yeah, we'll see what we can do with the nuclear city. We might want to start planning that after this next major milestone. In fact, it would be a nice kind of turning point, I think. Folks, as always, a massive thanks goes out to all of the channel members and patrons who've been supporting the channel on a monthly basis. Y'all keep us alive and running smoothly. And of course, a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, das vidanya.